Thank you, Vibha. This is a letter as per the old Mahatma letters, which was published earlier. This letter is numbered as Mahatma letter number 13. Then another letter, it is marked as Mahatma letter number 12. Then Mahatma letter number 14. It is as per the earlier edition of letters. Because it is consists of very important esoteric teachings given by Mahatma to AP Senate. By questions, we will mark how important was AP Senate at that time. He was then the Vice President of Theosophical Society, editor of the Pioneer, and in a previous life, he was closely connected with the Master KH. The letter number 12, Mahatma letter number 12, which is in this edition, chronological edition, it is a Mahatma letter number, chronological letter number 46. It was now chronologically marked as 46 because it is received in February 1882. The letter which we will study and discuss, that is Mahatma letter number 13, it is earlier in this chronological edition to letter number 46, because this letter is received in January 1882. Another interesting letter, that is Mahatma letter number 14, which is marked as a chronological letter number 66. It was received in the month July 9, 1882. So these three letters marked as chronologically marked as 44, 46, 66, and this as per the old Mahatma letters, it is marked as 12, 13, and 14. This chronological notes and Master M's replies, this notes or questions asked by Brother Sinet and replies given by one of our inner founder, Mahatma Master M. This letter which we are going to study today was received in January 1882 at Allahabad. The whole letter is teachings given to the student of Theosophical Society, which is very relevant even today. We have to study, not only study, think over, ponder over, and if we go deeply within ourselves, we will get an answer. I'm just placing a few materials before you, which may create interest within the students of Theosophical Society, those who are attending today's study class, and they on their own will go deeply, because the text given by Master M is full of very esoteric matters. Subsequently, Brother G. Regina Raja Dasa, he wrote a book, Man, Whence and Whither. I have collected some picture slides from that book. Also, the letter, Mahatma letter number 14, which is chronological letter number 66, received in July 9, 1882. That picture also inserted in this slide, because the whole subject relating the universe or world as well as man. So the crux of the case, the point is that if we study whole, means whole universe, including the man and other beings, then we can understand the existence of the human being, existence of the universe, and relevancy of different beings in the world. So I will start with the slide, first slide. Chronological letter number 44, Mahatma letter number 33. It is received in January 1882. This is a picture I collected from book Man, Whence and Whither. The central is our sun, central sun. Then it has 7 schemes which is moving around this sun. And you will get interesting data if you go through that book, Man, Whence and Whither. It is the, so each scheme consisting of 7 rings. These are the 7. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 7 rings. So this is interesting because we are going to study not only the man, not only the chains, round races, but whole universe as described in the theosophical text. The next slide. This is the picture number 2 from this same book, Man, Whence and Whither. A single scheme in its 7 succession chains in relation to 5 spheres. You will mark in this letter on the basis of the question, the answer given by Master A. You will mark there are spheres, there are different type of sentences you will come across, so that is the given adjective. So each scheme consisting of successive chains to 5 spheres. This is sphere 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if you calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 is your physical, then emotional, then mental, then intuitional, then spiritual. It is marked, and this spheres is each consisting of, if we see, 7 globes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So each scheme consisting of, just I'm repeating, consisting of 7 chains, and in each chain there are 7 globes. First chain, 7 world spirit, that is marked as here marked A, B, C, D. D is the lowest. Then E, F, G. These are the 7 worlds in the first chain, like that. Second chain, then third chain. This is fourth chain. Fourth chain is our Earth. Just for example, I am giving Earth, and there are other 2 physically visible planets, that is a moon, and another is on the other side um, from Earth to life force. We will go to this. Then we will go to the next slide. This is successive life force. This is picture number 3 from the same book, waves, life wave 7. If we mark the life wave 7, what is that life wave 7? It is the life wave 7. Here, this is the arrow mark. It is reaching straight here to reaching human being. So this is life wave 7 is interesting in the book because it starts as from this particular chain, then it slowly chain after chain after chain, and it reached there, and it became the perfect human being. So in man's and weather, this is very interestingly, Sijana Dasa explained this chain about. It says, I am reading that portion. Follow the live stream 7. This is the live stream 7. You will mark here it is 7, live stream 7. The only one goes through the 7 kingdoms within this scheme. Means suppose we are in the first scheme or second scheme, kindly attentively listen to me, a scheme. Then if we start at the bottom, then we can, in the same scheme, we can reach as a human being. So Brother Raja explained that it entered the first chain at the first elemental kingdom. This is the first elemental kingdom, we will mark here. Then there developed the life period of the chain. Then next, it will be reached to the second chain. It has a elemental number 2. Then again it moved to third elemental kingdom in the third chain. Third elemental kingdom in the third chain. Then you will see it is successively developed in the animal kingdom in the 5th and the 6th chain. Mineral, then vegetable, then animal kingdom. In another each chains, it reached that level. And attempts human in the 7th chain. Here is the 7th chain, here is there here. The whole scheme thus provides a field of evolution for a stream of a divine life from its ensouling of a matter to a man. So why or what for it is important for us? I'm just reminding in one of the international convention, in fact, it is not remembered by me in which year, Radhaji all of a sudden told each the attendants, means the members of Theosophical Society, if you want to know the future of the humanity in the earth, then kindly read this book. At that time, it was not published. It was available. We all, most of the students rushed to the TPH, but it was lost before we reached. Then subsequently, Xerox copy of it was supplied to us, those who requested to get. Then now this book is published by the Theosophical Public Society, Man, Whence and How and Whither. Here, the main point is, Master in his one of answer to the Synod question, that don't read or don't analyze part of the evolution. Or if you want to know the whole, then you have to know the whole truth and what is available to us. If we confine ourselves to particular portion of the evolution, say man or animal or a universe, then you will not able to solve the problem. That is the main reason I also trying to place before you the whole theosophical text, relating to the universe and the man. So we will go to the next slide. Next slide is a very interesting picture. It is not relating to the chains of globes which you have seen previously, but it is relating to the whole scheme of evolution with the place of each kingdom shown in each chain. I mean to say, in each chain there are 7 globes. So each chain in which you will mark that the scheme of evolution. Let us see this picture. In fact, here in this book, it is clearly mentioned that this diagram is prepared by one of our masters. One of our masters, he prepared this diagram for the serious student of Theosophical Society. Just look the diagram. Let us take the blue circle at the top of the left. This is the blue circle, top of the left. This is the elemental kingdom in the first chain. Leaving the first chain for the second, the next ring of color circle, this blue stream divides, and on arriving there, then you see, mark the how the blue scheme it is come to this place. So just I am creating within you the interest so that you can go that book and read yourself deeply. This blue scheme, it a blue, the blue dot in the second, it was in the elemental 1, it was in the elemental 2 in the next kingdom, then in the elemental 3 here, then it became the mineral in this kingdom, then it became the vegetable here, blue. Then it became the animal, and the same blue dot became the man in this scheme. So these are the interesting, prepared by a diagram. I marked this picture number 4, prepared by one of our masters for the serious student of Theosophical Society. Then we will go to the next picture. So before going to the next speaker, let us think over what we have studied. Scheme of evolution consisting of 7 schemes. One scheme consists of 7 chains. One chain consists of 7 globes. One globe consists of 7 rounds. One round consists of 7 races. And one race, 7 sub-races. One sub-race consists of 7 offshoot races. So this is the scheme of evolution, what we have just discussed, read ourselves. Next is, this is the from old Mahatma letter number 14, but chronologically it is letter number 66 at page 177. Development of humanity on a planet, let us say it is Earth. Man evolves in 7 major or root races. There are each race consisting of 7, so 49 sub-races, each sub-race with 7 offshoot. Then here it is mentioned that arrows means here as well as here in the down. So the evolutionary impulses. Then next is here the next is there are 4, that is 1, 2, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 7 races in this book. It was mentioned as 7 races. Then in the next slide, if you just think and see that the previous slide, that Earth has 1 to 7 minor races, then each one has 7 offshoot. There in the picture you will see that N is marked as a initial or a terminal or termination point. The top you will mark N. N is the your initial. From there the race has started. Then if we reach that stage, it will be N is the termination point. Then bottom is S, axial point, where the development equilibrates or adjusts itself to itself in each race of evolution. Then E is the, you will say, the equatorial point, where the descending arc, the left side you are a descending arc, the intellect overcomes spirituality. Intellect means our mind, it will develop and control whatever the spirituality at that level in that descending arc, it control. And in the next while ascending arc, when is man developing slowly, then spirituality outstrip the intellect. So then it is the spirituality which control and outstrip the intellect. The mind is controlled by buddhi, by intuition, by intelligence, we can say. So these are the pictures I have given to all of you, all of us to study. Now we will read to the important letter which we have to study now. This is the letter. You see how the question, the APC net asked the question. It is available in a London library. And if anyone fortunate enough to see and visit that library, he or she can see these letters. It is in both question and answer format. Question is, kindly see the importance of the letters, how the question was asked by Senate. I conceive that at the close of Pralaya, the impulse given by the Dhan Chauhans does not develop from chaos, a succession of worlds simultaneously, but seriatim, the comprehension of the manner in which each in succession ensues from its predecessor, as the impact of the original impulse might perhaps be better postponed till I am enabled to realize the working of the whole machine, the cycle of worlds. After all, its parts have come into existence. You see how the questioner asked this important question for the Mahatmas. I conceive that at the close of the Pralaya, the impulse given by the Dhan Chauhans does not develop from chaos. Means we know there are, if we think of there are two pralayas, then in between one pralaya to another pralaya, there is known as Manvantara. In that period, the questioner asked, I consider that at the close of pralaya, one pralaya close, then the impulse given by Dhan Chauhans does not develop from chaos, and a succession of worlds simultaneously, but seriatim, the comprehension of the manner in which each in succession ensues from its predecessor, as the impact of the original impulse might perhaps the better postpone till after I am enabled to realize the working of the whole machine, the cycle of the world. After all, its parts have come into existence. So this is the question, and what Mahatma answered, you will see. correctly conceived, nothing in nature springs into existence suddenly. How beautifully Mahatma explained. Correctly conceived, in nothing in nature springs into existence suddenly, all being subjected to the same law of gradual evolution. Realize, but once the process of Mahacycle of one sphere, and you have realized them all. So here, nothing is coming in the nature. Whatever, if you observe anything in the nature, you will see to us as a material something coming up out of nothing. But Mahatma says nothing is coming in the nature suddenly, all being subject to the same law of gradual evolution. Everything subjected to the same law. I remember one scientist observing the whole universe in his instrument, all of a sudden marked that one globe is coming. Globe means with his physical body. But that scientist, he's not an occult scientist, so he has no knowledge how the world is formed. World, like human being has his mental body, astral body, physical body. Then when a physical body is available, then a scientist in his instrument can observe that the world, this is the world, this is the planet, this is the globe. So, but for an occult scientist, for a mystic, he can observe in his meditation or in other deeper level that the coming of that planet or globe world is because of a gradual evolution. Then one man, Mahatma explained, one man is born like another man. One race evolves, develops, declines like another. We know there are many civilizations. As a student of history, I know that Mahajandara civilization, Mesopotamia, they are very great civilization, Indus Valley civilization, all were in the world, but subsequently it collapsed. Here Mahatma said, develop, declines like another. And all other races, we have third root races, we have fourth root races. They are previously first round, second round, third round. We are going through the fourth round of the evolution. Fourth round, fifth root race, fifth subrace, and sixth subrace is also there. Some human beings are there also. So here says, nature follow the same group and same routine work. Nature follow the same group, same routine work, same of a universe down to that of mosquito. Here, last sentence I am placing. Nature follows the same group in same rule or same routine work from the creation of a universe to down to that of a mosquito. Here Mahatma, at that time, the student of Theosophy confined themselves. They are not given the beings who are in the elemental 1 or the elemental 2 or elemental 3 or mineral plant. Just given that because of human being, the text is on human being, text is on man. So Mahatma here explained that regarding the mosquito. So universal mosquito, the birth of a universe, birth of a mosquito, the same rule regulation is followed here. So the important point is nothing is spring from existence suddenly. The man, like any other man, or the universe or the mosquito, the same rule, nature follow the same rule. Then we will go to the next slide. Slide number 11. In studying esoteric cosmogony, keep a spiritual eye upon the physiological process of human birth. Proceed from cause to effect. establishing as you go along analogies between the birth of a man and that of a world. You see the answer in which the Mahatma am given to Senate. In our doctrine, means esoteric doctrine, means theosophy or occult doctrine, you will find necessary the synthetic method. You will have to embrace the whole. That is the reason I inserted the slide 2 to 8 for to know the whole. So you will have to embrace the whole. That is to say, the blend the macrocosm means top Parambram, Param Sutta, whatever name you can say, Parambram with a microcosm means we together. Before you are enabled to study the parts separately or analyze them with profit to your understanding. Cosmology is the physiology of the universe, spiritualized, for there is but one law. We are a student of theosophy. We know there is one life, one law. There is, so we have to see the whole here. In this slide, esoteric cosmology. What is that esoteric cosmology? You know the esoteric cosmogony. You know the cosmology, how it is different from cosmogony. Cosmology is the study of the structure and changes in the present universe. Cosmology is the study of the structure and changes in the present universe. But that is cosmology. But here Mahatma says esoteric cosmogony. Cosmogony is study of the cosmogony means study of origin of the universe. So these are the difference between cosmology and cosmogony. So in studying the esoteric cosmogony means a very deep inner study of cosmogony. Keep a spiritual eye. What is the spiritual eye? We have seen our body consists of 5 senses. Out of that 5 senses, 1 sense is related to eye. Eye is attraction in which we will see different visible things. In a spiritual eye, if you will see a thing, it is not an imaginary thing, not confined to your senses. It is something one actually see in meditation. One sees something actually in meditation. Suppose in a physical eye, you will see the in a sea iceberg, but it is a top of the river, a top of the water. You will see, but if we mark it deeply, then you will see the whole iceberg under the sea. So here it says that in studying esoteric cosmogony, keep a spiritual eye upon the physiological process of human birth. I have explained the picture number 3 from elemental 1 to human being. There is the physiological process of human birth. Elemental 1, 2, 3, then mineral, then plants, then animal, then it is the human stage. In a meditation, your mind is still, then the higher faculty is there, and in that intuitive faculty, in meditation, you will see the whole. That is the spiritual life. So here, Mahatma said, to effect the establishing as you go along the analogies between the birth of a man and that of the world. You will see by a spiritual eye, you will see the birth of a man and that of the world. Then further, second Mahatma mentioned, second point, in our doctrine, you will find necessary the synthetic method. What is that synthetic method? You will have to embrace the whole. In synthetic method is synthetic word derives from the word synthesis, which means to combine together. In this method, we can combine together number of facts, perform certain mathematical operation, arrive at the solution. In this method, we can start with the known data. From known data, connect with unknown fact, then realize the what is that, what is the universe, what is the man. So here it says in our doctrine we will find necessary the synthetic method. You will find have to embrace the whole. That is to say, blend the macrocosm and microcosm together. Radhaji in one of her articles says macrocosm and microcosm is a state of consciousness. You are now in microcosm at this stage of evolution, but the time will come, you will reach that consciousness, that you will be one day macrocosm. So she mentioned in her article that macrocosm is a state of consciousness. Then next is, before you are able to study the parts separately, analyze them with the profit to your understanding. So for example, if you are going to study a plant, if we confine yourself only flower, only fruits, only tree, then you will be miserably failed. So you have to read whole. Then the seeds, the development of seeds, how it is developed into a plant, the flower, fruits, all these things is a whole study of plant. So, in the end, cosmology is the physiology of the universe, spiritualized for that is say for there is but one love. So it means that the universe at the earlier stage, like our semi-civilized people, then it became spiritualized by the method which we are also adapting ourselves. So universe means spiritualized, means to reach the perfection, like our solar logos, to reach perfection like man, from civilized to semi-civilized. Then we will go to the next slide. Question is, taking the method of period of activity between two pralayas of one mantra, what I understand to happen is this: atom are polarized in the highest region of a spiritual efflux from the behind the veil of primitive cosmic matter. The magnetic impulse which has accomplished this result fleets from one mineral form to another within the first sphere, till having run the round of existence in that kingdom of the first sphere, it descends in a current of attraction to the second sphere. You see how the questioner asks the question, then a reply, you will get the reply. Polarize themselves during the process of motion, propelled by the irresistible force at work. You see, the polarize means vibration. Vibration, suppose if you are silently doing something, that is different. But if you are energetic, vibrating yourself, then you will do something. So polarize themselves during the process of motion and propelled by the irresistible force at work. When that force is there always, it is irresistible force at work. In cosmogony and the work of nature, the positive and negative of the active and passive forces correspond to the male and female principles. Always you all know that there are in a electricity there is a negative and positive. One positive cannot create electricity, or negative cannot create electricity. It means energy, light. So to must be joined together. Then it is there. So like that, we have a spirit matter and also Prakriti Purush, everything is there. So the work of nature, there is positive and negative, active and passive. Active is always attracted to the passive forces, male and female principles. So your spiritual effects comes not from the behind the veil. Mahatma explained it very beautifully that the spiritual effects, that is what is coming out, is not from the veil, but from the male seed falling into the veil of cosmic matter. Cosmic matter, negative is there, then the positive because of attraction, then this uh, universe is created, or whatever you are visible, all are coming up. And it is mentioned is very beautiful. The active is attracted by passive principles. Active force is attracted by the passive principle. And the great Naga, the serpent emblem of eternity, what is in our theosophical emblem, it shows that attracts its tail. It is what a symbolic symbol given to us, to its mouth, forming thereby a circle that is known as a cycle in eternity. In that incessant pursuit of the negative by the positive. As I explained, only positive not possible make anything, or negative is also same the way. So negative, positive is always required. So positive when it is positive has the nature of incessant pursuit, whereas negative has a passive. Here Mahatma explained. Then hence the emblem of lingam, the follows, the kittes, the one and chief attribute of the universal spiritual principle of the Shiva, represented by Shiva, the unconscious but ever active life giver, is to expand and set. You see the very beautiful, it is mentioned that this universal spiritual principle, unconscious, ever active life giver, this universal spiritual principle, it is what is that? Unconscious but ever active life giver is its nature. What is its nature? It is nature is to expand, to shade, that is there. So shade means here not the shade of a building or shade of a tree. Shade means here to cast off. It is a verb, shade. Shade means to, like snake shedding its skin. So shade means it is always creating new. That is the universal spiritual essence or spiritual principle. It is within everything, within elemental 1, within elemental 2, 3, mineral, everywhere that unconscious, universal, ever active life principle is there. It is always expanding and also setting, means creating new. That of the universal material principle is to gather in and fecundate. Fecundate means to fructify, to make fruitful. That universal material principle. You see how Mahatma explained it beautifully. And I am just placing to create interest within you. So the universal material principle within us means Purusha within us, means Atman within us is gathering and fructifying. It is unconscious and non-existence when separate. If there is no passive, there is no negative, there is no female principle, it is Purusa is unconscious, non-existing when separated. They become conscious and life when brought together. Hence again Brahm, from the root word of Brahma, breath, the Sanskrit, and to Brahm means to expand, to grow, to fructify. Brahma being that, Brahma being what the vivifying, expansive force of nature in eternal evolution. So Brahma means Aham Brahmasi, means it is that within us, within every element, every atom, that is there. It means it is expansive force of nature of all eternal evolution. So then we'll question number 3. Do worlds affect the intervene between the worlds of activity in the series of descent? So we'll shortly close this after this 3. The world of effects are not the locus of the locality. You know, there is cause and effect, and the cause creates the effect. The world of effects are not the locus or locality. They are the shadow of the world of causes. They are so worlds having like men. There are 7 principles which develop and grow simultaneously with the body. Like our human body, we have a 7 principle: physical, then etheric body, then prana, then astral, then mental, then intuition, then atmic. We have 7 principles. So the worlds are also the 7. Thus the body of man is ordered to and remain forever within the body of his planet. Within the body of his planet. Here, Mahatma explained beautifully, and here this mentioned that his individual Jivatma, how there is a connection between the universe and our life. Means our individual life is Jivatma. Last sentence, life principle, that Jivata means consisting of higher manas, Atman means intuition, then Atman within the causal body. So this is universal life, divine spirit in man. So his individual life, so that which is called physiology, animal spirits return after death to its source, forth. Here another word, forth, a term used to represent the active male potency of the Shakti, female productive power in nature. Blavatsky explained in her book, that is interesting book, is a glossary of theosophical glossary. In that book, Blavatsky explained what is forth, what is Jivatma. Forth is a term represent the active male potency of Shakti, the essence of cosmic electricity. Forth is the essence of cosmic electricity. Here Mahatma explained that each individual has a connection with the universal principle, universal material, cosmic principle. So here Jivatma is after death returned to forth. Then his Linga Sariram. Linga Sariram is the astral body of a man or animal. Blavatsky in glossary, she explained the man's Linga Sariram is astral and body of a man or animal. It is the born before, when man before taking birth in the world, his Linga Sarira was formed. So Linga Sarira is born before, dies or fades out with the disappearance of the last atom of the physical body. So Linga Sarira of each human being or animal will be drawn into Akas. What is Akas? The subtle, supersensuous, spiritual essence which pervades all space. Akas is it is from forwarding the whole space, whole the Srushti of universe. So it merged, merged with the Akas, will be drawn into the Akas. His Kamarupa, he remains his body, his subjective form also recomingly means again meets with the universal Shakti, the will force, will universal energy. Then again Mahatma mentioned here also, his animal soul borrowed from the breath of the universal soul, universal mind will return to Dhancho. his sixth principle, whether drawn into or ejected from the matrix of the great passive principle, must remain in its own sphere, either as a part of crude material or as an individualized entity to reborn in a higher world of causes. The seventh will carry it from Devachan and follows the new ego to its place of rebirth. So here, Mahatma explained there are 7 principles, how it works. If we say the 7th principle, that is our top, it will again, because it is part of our individuality, it will carry from Devachan, follow the new ego, which is reborn again in its rebirth. So, brother, here I am just placed before you what Mahatma mentioned in this very important letter, and I tried my best to create interest within you to read more, think over it in meditation and get the answer. Thank you for listening me patiently. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Pradip ji. These are very deep philosophical teachings and it requires a number of times to be read. And also at the time during which these letters were written, there was not a common vocabulary. So that also becomes a point of confusion sometimes. So I thank you so much. And now I invite Sister Minaskhi ji to give us the translation in Hindi.
Namaste. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Brother Pradip ji. आज हम क्रोनोलॉजिकल लेटर नंबर 44 ले रहे हैं, जो मास्टर एम एपी सीनेट को लिखते हैं। इस पत्र में सीनेट के प्रश्न और उस पर मास्टर एम के उत्तर हैं। सीनेट का प्रश्न है, मुझे लगता है कि प्रलय के करीब ध्यान चौहानों द्वारा दिया गया संवेग अव्यवस्था से विकसित नहीं होता है। एक साथ युगों का अनुक्रमण नहीं होता, पर यथाक्रम सिलसिलेवार होता है। मूल संवेग के प्रभाव के रूप में अनुक्रमण में प्रत्येक अपने पूर्ववर्ती से जिस तरह से आगे बढ़ता है, उसके बोध को शायद तब तक के लिए स्थगित किया जा सकता है जब तक मैं युगों के चक्र के सभी भागों के अस्तित्व में आने के बाद संपूर्ण यंत्रणा के कार्य को समझने में सक्षम नहीं हो जाता। मास्टर उत्तर देते हैं, आपके विचार सही है। सृष्टि में कुछ भी अचानक से अस्तित्व में नहीं आता है। सभी क्रमिक विकास के एक ही नियम के अधीन होते हैं। सभी क्रमिक विकास एक ही नियम के अधीन होते हैं। एक ग्लोब के महाचक्र की प्रक्रिया को एक बार समझ ले और आप उन सभी को समझ चुके होंगे। एक मनुष्य दूसरे मनुष्य की तरह जन्म लेता है। एक जाति दूसरे और अन्य सभी जातियों की तरह उत्क्रांत होती है, विकसित होती है और क्षय होती है। सृष्टि ब्रह्मांड के सृजन से लेकर मच्छर तक एक ही प्रणाली का अनुसरण करती है। विश्वोत्पत्ति के सिद्धांत की गूढ़ता का अध्ययन करते समय मानव जन्म की शारीरिक प्रक्रिया पर आध्यात्मिक दृष्टि रखें। एक मनुष्य के जन्म और एक युग के बीच समानताएं स्थापित करने के लिए कार्य कारण से प्रभाव की ओर आगे बढ़े। हमारे सिद्धांत में आप अवश्य ही जटिल प्रणाली पाएंगे। इससे पहले कि आप अलग अलग हिस्सों का अध्ययन करने या अपनी समझ से उनका विश्लेषण करने में सक्षम हो, आपको संपूर्ण को एक रूप में लेना होगा, यानी ब्रह्मांड और मनुष्य के सूक्ष्म दर्शन को एक साथ मिलाना होगा। ब्रह्मांड विज्ञान आध्यात्मिक रूप से ब्रह्मांड का शरीर विज्ञान है, क्योंकि केवल एक ही सिद्धांत है। प्रश्न 2, दो प्रलयों के बीच यानी मनवंतर की गतिविधि की अवधि से मैं जो समझता हूँ वह इस प्रकार से है। प्राथमिक ब्रह्मांडीय पदार्थ के आवरण के पीछे से आध्यात्मिक प्रवाह के उच्चतम क्षेत्र में परमाणुओं का ध्रुवीकरण होता है। इस परिणाम को प्राप्त करने वाला चुंबकीय संवेग ग्लोब 1 के भीतर एक खनिज रूप से दूसरे में परावर्तित होता है, जब तक कि प्रथम ग्लोब के खनिज जगत का दौर पूर्ण करने के बाद यह दूसरे ग्लोब में आकर्षण की धारा से उतरता है। इस सीनेट के प्रश्न पर मास्टर एम उत्तर देते हैं, गति के दौरान वे अपने आप का ध्रुवीकरण करते हैं और अप्रतिरोध्य बल द्वारा आगे बढ़ता है। विश्वोत्पत्ति के सिद्धांत और सृष्टि के कार्य में धनात्मक और ऋणात्मक या सक्रिय और निष्क्रिय शक्तियां पुरुष और स्त्री तत्व के अनुरूप हैं। आध्यात्मिक प्रवाह आवरण के पीछे से नहीं आता है, बल्कि पुरुष बीज ब्रह्मांडीय पदार्थ के आवरण में गिरता है। सक्रिय तत्व निष्क्रिय तत्व से आकर्षित होता है और ग्रेट नाग, शेष नाग, वह सर्प जो अनंतता का प्रतीक है, अपनी पूंछ को अपने मुंह से आकर्षित करता है, जिससे धनात्मक द्वारा ऋणात्मक की निरंतर खोज में एक चक्र बनता है, अनंतता का चक्र बनता है। इसलिए लिंगम यानी शिवलिंग या ज्योतिर्लिंग हम जिसे कहते हैं, वह लिंग और योनि का प्रतीक है। सार्वभौमिक आध्यात्मिक तत्व जो अचेतन लेकिन हमेशा सक्रिय जीवन दाता है, उसका एकमात्र विशेष गुण विस्तार करना और निकास करना है, और सार्वभौमिक पदार्थीय तत्व का विशेष गुण इकट्ठा करने और फलप्रद करने का है। विभाजित होने पर अचेतन और अस्तित्व विहीन वे एक साथ लाए जाने पर चेतना और जीवन बन जाते हैं। इसलिए फिर से ब्रह्म जो मूल गृह से आता है, यह विस्तार बढ़ना या फलवान के लिए संस्कृत शब्द है। सृष्टि के चिरंतर अनंत विकास में ब्रह्मा बस एक विशाल चैतन्यमयी शक्ति है, विशाल चैतन्यमयी शक्ति। प्रश्न 3, अवरोहन की श्रृंखला में क्या प्रभाव के जगत सक्रियता के जगतों में हस्तक्षेप करते हैं? इस पर मास्टर उत्तर देते हैं, प्रभावों के जगत लोग या इलाके नहीं है, वे कारणों की जगत की छाया है, उनका सार है। मनुष्यों की तरह इन जगतों के 7 तत्व हैं जो शरीर के साथ विकसित होते हैं और बढ़ते हैं। इस प्रकार मनुष्य का शरीर उसके ग्रह के शरीर से जुड़ा हुआ है और हमेशा के लिए उसमें रहता है। उसकी व्यक्तिगत जीवात्मा का प्राण तत्व, जिसे शरीर विज्ञान में एनिमल स्पिरिट्स कहा जाता है, वे मृत्यु के बाद फोहत में अपने स्रोत में लौट आती है। उसका लिंग शरीर आकाश में खींचा जाएगा। उसका काम रूप सार्वभौमिक शक्ति, संकल्प शक्ति के साथ या सार्वभौमिक ऊर्जा के साथ मिल जाएगा। यूनिवर्सल माइंड से लिया हुआ मनस ध्यान चौहानों के पास लौट जाएगा। थैंक यू। नमस्ते।
Thank you, Minaskhi ji, for giving us this translation. And I would now request the participants, if they have any questions or anything to add in this discussion, they may please unmute themselves and speak. As Pradip ji has also mentioned that these are very deep teachings and they require a number of readings to read them again and again to be able to understand. I would like to add one thing. There was a reference between the creation of the cosmos or the macrocosm and the microcosm. So there were some papers which were written by HPB when she wrote The Secret Doctrine, and then afterwards, during her lifetime, she wrote certain papers, and these papers were published as part of volume 5. So this I'm talking about the 6-volume set of Secret Doctrine, which was published long back in 1971 or 75, Adyar edition. So in volume 5, at the end, these papers are given. And in the paper number 1, she has clearly given the correspondence between each step of macrocosm to each step of microcosm. So that brings in a lot of clarity. Here, Mahatma ji has just given a reference to it, but the entire correspondence is given in that paper. So people who have it, it will be good for them to go through it. Any questions from anybody?
No.
Yes, Sheetal ji.
I cannot question any, but what you said just now, can we study it sometime? The papers.
Okay, as I told you, program coordinator for this section is Pradip ji. So yes, when he decides, we will surely keep some study on that.
Okay, we'll go through it. We'll see.
Thank you.
Sure. So I think Pradip ji, we can conclude today's session then.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we will continue this letter 44 and 46 for I think 2-3 sessions.
I think in the next 2 sessions, I will conclude this letter. And I request you, because of the workload given to me, please take out that letter number 46, you yourself. The after conclusion of this letter, you kindly go through that letter number 46. It is continuance of this letter number 44.
Okay. So if you people have the book, the Mahatma letters to AP Senate, then kindly go through that letter number 46 and this letter also 44, so that it brings in clarity, and also you are able to ask your questions relating to what is there in the letter and what you would like to understand in the session. So with this, we come to the end of today's session, and let us close it with our closing prayer. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Lokaha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.